Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Today we have with us Mr. Utkarsh Pathak. He has 11 plus experience in logistics and supply chain, including planning and engineering, transportation execution, imports, and e-commerce. He had worked in senior capacities at Accenture, Delivery, Johnson Matthey, Oriflame Cosmetics, and currently working as Senior Manager, Product Strategy at Tata Energy. We seek his guidance to learn more about logistics management, both as a subject and a profession, and will also know about his career trajectory in logistics management. On behalf of Vskills, I welcome you to this interview, sir. I hope you have a good time today.
Thank you, Rajat. Thanks for the brief introduction. Pleasure being part of this discussion.
Okay, so now to start up with this session of our expert interview series, first we like to understand that why did you choose this field and what are the opportunities available in logistics management?
Sure. So to answer first part of your question, that why did I choose being a part of logistics and supply chain world? So it all goes before my school days, I would say that, and I had a clear-cut gut and instinctive liking towards railways, especially the goods train. How do they operate, and that drive me towards what kind of world exactly it is, how it goes around logistics. And then in graduation as well, I got a chance to study a little bit about logistics, and then I decided to pursue my MBA in supply chain. So that is how it all started, and there was always a curiosity that how exactly something is being made available to the customers at the right time and at a right place. So all that drive me with this entire ecosystem of supply chain, and henceforth I'm here now.
So we would also like to understand that what are the present opportunities available in this sector, as we have seen it has really grown up, it has really moved up a lot.
So Rajat, in terms of opportunities in supply chain and logistics, I think there is an enormous demand for people to get into this ecosystem of supply chain and logistics in this country, not just in India, overall globally as well. The thing is that with every passing day, we are trying to solve something or the other for the customers. To fulfill that bridge, a lot of supply chain innovation is required, be it logistics, warehousing, transportation, or anything else. IT setup, financially, we all see people who can drive some part and have a synergy and collaboration in a way that we can give a customer good customer satisfaction. That's the utmost requirement of each and every firm, be it a service industry or a manufacturing one. So I see a lot of potential.
So what exactly do you think are the skills that means on a logistics or supply chain professional should have to be successful in this and to make a good career out of it?
See, purely from the skill set point of view, very practically speaking, to excel well in logistics and supply chain industry, you need only two things which strike to my mind is a good command on the proficiency in terms of Excel operations, that is using MS Excel, Microsoft Excel as a tool. It's a
technology tools mainly.
Yes, because we have to look into a lot of number and data crunching. There are other tools as well, but I'm not naming it because for a student who is just trying to enter this ecosystem, he should be a little bit familiar with MS Excel or a MS PowerPoint, or in general MS Word. The second skill, and which is a very important and vital thing, is communication and the information part of it. So you need to be more aware, right? In a sense that what is going around in the world, that's just what you mentioned, the Russia invasion on Ukraine, the basic sense and the knowledge that is a skill set that your awareness will help you excel very deeply and very on a you can move from 0 to 2 to 2 to 4 and 6 like that easily when you have both these skills combined together. So someone who's trying to step into this ecosystem of supply chain, my strong recommendation would be to have a good Excel knowledge to begin with, not a very high level.
Means mainly numerical abilities to
precisely. You should know how to
work around numbers and
Yes.
analytical skills mainly. Okay, over a period of time, but we have also observed that there are a lot of horizontal collaborations. Means earlier we used to have a single organization. Now we are seeing various logistics or supply chain companies coming up to provide such end-to-end, or I will say the inconsistencies have been removed and a higher level of efficiency is being achieved. So, what is your opinion about it, sir?
Horizontal collaboration has become a need of the hour for various organizations.
Okay.
Over a period of time, initially it was more of a SRM kind of or a VMI driven approach. Now it has become more a reality for even a startup, because collaboration is only done to increase the efficiency, right?
Okay.
Though it might bring some inefficiencies to the network, but then it becomes a collaborative, both our and their agenda to solve all the inefficiencies in the system. Reason why we are collaborating with someone is to improve the overall efficiency and to provide the good customer experience, right? So that's the approach. Yes, so more and more organizations are trying to collaborate. It's just that you need to know with whom and at what level and how much you need to integrate with your partner to excel in a proficiency to gain that proficiency of the services which you wish to offer to your customers. So yes,
So
that is what's happening.
So that's why what we are seeing is, let's say the 3PL has really emerged as a segment. Third party logistics is coming up, and reverse logistics we are seeing a lot of means third parties are engaged for this very segment instead of companies pushing, or logistics companies specifically pushing into this segment. They are relying on third parties so that they can quickly offer these things and also have a good efficiency in this process.
You just to add to what you just mentioned, a few examples. If you can see, a lot of shipping lines acquiring the freight forwarders, right? A lot of freight forwarders acquiring other freight forwarders. We saw a hostile takeover of Panel Pina by DSV. We also we also saw a merger between CMA and Siva Logistics. So there are organizations who are trying to collaborate just in order to not only gain the market over a market wallet share, but also to provide good excellent customer service.
Okay.
So yes, that is bang on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. We will also like to understand that we see that in this logistics segment, there is first the retail market where the individual customer, the logistics is involving, where the end customer is an individual customer, and then there is also industrial customer. So we are also already observing that industrial customers are also now expecting faster shipments, flexibility, and more transparencies at competitive prices. So how do you handle such requirements?
See, for somebody or anybody in a supply chain domain, a customer is a customer. We do not differentiate between a B2C or a B2B customer, right?
Right.
We understand the business and the requirements of the customer completely, and we have to be 100% transparent to whether it is a B2C or a B2B customer. The idea is that we try to build in some technological tools so that the visibility, like if you order something from a Flipkart, right, and you as an end customer would like to see the tracking of each and every moment. So that is being shown to you when the shipment has moved from the point of origin, where did it reach, has it arrived to the final city. Similarly, the B2B customers also need to know what is the status of the consignment. So we provide them that tracking opportunity. Regular MIS is being shared with them. What is the status, where the shipment is lying, if there is a delay, why it is a delay, what is causing delay, how can we control it going further. So all this comes into mind, but there is honestly for a service provider or an industry who is providing a solution to either B2C or a B2B, we do not discriminate between those two terms.
Okay, so it means same service standards are being followed for industrial and for retail
Yes,
customers.
because we wish to fulfill the requirement of the customer at the end of the day. We need to cater requirements and
In
a
and
customer.
around customers, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because we are also seeing a new concept that has emerged in logistics, specifically focused for retail customers. That is the 10 minutes delivery, as a lot of e-commerce players are providing. So, what are your thoughts about it? Is it good or is it bad, or what's your take,
Well,
sir?
10-minute delivery currently in India is at its boom. In a sense that everybody is trying to achieve it, be it not just because Blinkit or Zepto, it is now coming to a threshold that everybody wants to offer it as a service. It is indeed a good service for the customers because you order milk, uh, you get it in the next 10 or 8 minutes. That is actually transforming the supply chain completely. So for the customers, it is a very good thing to have. But for the organizations, it is an act of burning a lot of cost, right?
Okay.
To measure the inventory standards to be kept at a dark store, how many dark store to be opened, how much to be opened, what is the inventory threshold at each of those dark stores, what will be the manpower, how will you manage it throughout the day? All these questions currently are being answered by the cost, right? And it earns a lot of money for the organization. So, in a sense, it is good. From the customer experience point of view, it is a very good thing. But I think that the industry still has to work on a module where we all can offer on a via a single platform. If that happens, probably everybody could end up having some sort of monetary relief and a good profit margin. But as of now, it's more of a gimmick which is trying to make the customer demand for it rather than
Okay.
their demand and are meeting the supply.
Okay, so right now, as we see, for companies' perspective, it's more of a cash burn they are doing. But for customer, of course, it's very convenient. Instead of waiting for a day or two, they are getting it in next 10 minutes.
So even if you see, Blinkit is now applying good amount of your delivery charges. BB now, Big Basket now is offering it currently for free with some integration of new pass. I see it a cash burn currently, but let's see how industry takes it for in next few years.
Okay, sir. So sir, I will also like to understand about that. You had also worked with various companies, and how do you see an international shipment or domestic logistics, or logistics involved in international shipments and domestic logistics? And how do you see what are the major differences when you work with international shipments?
Rajat, for international shipments, the approach slightly differs than in Indian standard market, in a sense that we need to understand a lot of laws, rules, and regulations of the country. Either we are importing or exporting. The trade balance between these two countries, as somebody in supply chain or managing import operations or the export operations, needs to be aware on the rules and regulation part of it. Also, Incoterms has to be looked into it. Which Incoterm, when, what is applicable, which is not applicable, why is it applicable? All so, as we say, it's the rule of the land, right? The only difference would be that possibly a shipping, the tag would be on a slightly higher side than a air, but then air costs you more. So all that, the rule of the land of the other country, that is also to be kept in the mind. What is their rule? So a country like an African country will not entertain a certain set of things. US will not allow a certain set of things. What China will import and China will not import. What is our import policy? What is our export policy? All those rules and regulations have to be kept in mind while dealing with the international shipment. Whereas in domestic, it is more of a stay, and with now GST being implemented, things are comparatively easy for a domestic circuit operator compared to the international.
Okay, so now next I will just like to understand that we are seeing that a lot of technology is coming in logistics domain. So what do you think about this digital technology? Means, is it a prerequisite for success in logistics?
Rajat, had it been we been sitting in 2000 or a 90s era, I would have said that probably an IT setup will not be a prerequisite for his success. But post 2010, the e-com boom in India, um, I think every sector across the globe is trying to improve on their IT aspect of it. For example, for planning a better transportation, you have to use a TMS. That's a transport management system.
Okay.
That will tell you that optimally which vehicle to be used, at what cost is involved, which lane, who does the best work. All those questions can be answered from a TMS point of view, right? So
Okay.
also we see a lot of predictive analysis going on in terms of data science operations while we cater the requirements of the customers. So IT is something which is the essence going forward. The better your IT setup of your organization is, the stronger you will be in upcoming years.
Okay.
Any organization who wish to explore in reaching a good customer base, good customer satisfaction, good numbers, good revenues, has to have invested enough on your IT support, because even in supply chain a lot of problems can be solved using a good IT setup. That's
Okay.
what products and the tech side do. In a good organization, there is always a huge emphasis on the IT setup, right?
Right.
And if you see the organizations like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, a lot of IT information is being provided. We are dealing in a lot of information sharing from the customer. Customer is telling you that I am sitting at this point, you need to deliver food me at this particular point, right?
Okay.
So so without having a good IT support, you will perish one fine day. The way market is going ahead, IT is definitely is going to help us to solve a lot of problems.
Okay. So it's a driving force right now in the logistics,
Definitely,
especially if you are
definitely,
catering to any customer, I mean, whether it's a
definitely,
retail or industrial customer. Okay.
definitely.
Okay. So when we are seeing so much happening, so much developments in logistics sector, so how you are able to be up to date about all these industries, trends, and best practices?
For for any professional or a student or somebody who is just trying to enter this ecosystem or being a part of it in his early career, there are few things which I think that people should continue to do. One is to continue to learn. By learn, I mean to say, just like what Vskill provides, a lot of certifications can be granted. You
Oh,
can
that's
work,
great, sir.
you can
Yes.
definitely learn a lot of context. So somebody might not be, a certified logistics professional, but he is now finding his feet in this world, right? He has done a BBA or a BCom or anything else or BTech, whatever it is, and now he's finding himself in a purchase department, right? So what he can quickly do is to go to the B skill and try to gain a particular knowledge. I did B skill courses because I thought it's a very relevant thing. So waste could be one part of it. The other could be, just being aware about the local market. What is going on around in the country? Which policies coming from? Listen to a lot of debates, a lot of insights. You can refer a lot of magazines. Logistics Insider is a magazine which provides you insights. Also, you can do more certification courses, right? There is a CII supply chain driven course as well. So
Okay.
all this things keep you interacted to a lot of industry individuals. A LinkedIn is a very important tool to operate. You get a lot of very valuable information from LinkedIn these days, right? It's
Okay.
not just a job portal anymore. So somebody who is trying to gain some skills or knowledge, I think these are the key points to begin with.
Okay. Okay, sir. What you think will be the, let's say, what are will the developments or what will the logistics marketplace look like in, let's say, next 5 years?
For the, I see a lot of manufacturing now moving towards the e-commerce domain. I see e-commerce getting more stronger, stringent. Government laws will be in place so that they can control this entire dynamic, which was not there in the previous 5 year segment. There will be more stringent laws to drive it. Also, I see manufacturing is moving towards it. Not just e-com will, I see e-commerce to be a part of our, contributing a lot into our GDP growth of the country. Also, I see from a pure logistics and transportation perspective that um, roadways, I see a balance of trade between roadways to railways. Currently, we are dominant with the roadways. I
Okay.
know and that a lot of roadways is going to improve in this country in terms of infrastructure in next few years. But I see a tectonical shift towards railways more because of the fuel rise. Fuel factor is a huge contributor. Though we are trying to move into green segment of it, still I see railways doing a bigger part and bigger chunk. So I see logistics to continue growing, giving more opportunities to individuals, and becoming a good revenue generator for our overall growth of the country. And we can solve a lot of problems of this country by having a good logistics infrastructure. I see a lot of development happening and more control mechanism driven by the government of the country.
Okay, sir. Now we are almost at the end of our this expert interview series. I would just like to have this last word about what will the advice you would like to give to those professionals or students who are looking to build a career in this logistics management, sir.
Somebody who is trying to get into supply chain logistics in India, I will have, just as in the start I mentioned about the skills you need to acquire, regarding what you have to be patient, right? In logistics, if you are a young student and you are listening to this interview and you're thinking that day one my CTC would be an X number or I'll have an exponential growth on the year number two, probably that is not going to happen because this particular domain requires a lot of experience before you get into a decision making role. You need to understand that in supply chain you have to be more experienced. You have to see, you have to broaden your entire mind and your entire knowledge setup in such a way that you take a right decision, because a decision in supply chain affects a customer directly. If I change the thinking process, then my customers can react to it in a very different manner, right? So my only advice is be patient for your initial years. Try to learn as much as possible as a student. Even if you have completed your MBA or a PhD or whatever it is, try to attain a knowledge for a few years, gain the experience, and then you can see an exponential jump in terms of your CTC profile and everything else. So be patient and you will have growth, because this entire domain has exponential power and exponential growth opportunities lying ahead, and we all together only will solve it one fine day.
Okay, sir, we thank you for giving your valuable time, and
Yeah.
this interview has really helped and will sure be of great help to all those professionals and students to and so that they are good directed to develop their career prospects in logistics management, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.